Hey guys, I got a short video I want to share with you today. It has to do with my rooftop tent mount, my setup. I have raised it about 4 inches. The original setup I had, I bought with my Diamondback cover. I've got videos on this. It was a good, very nice low profile design. I loved it. It looked great. But there were some limitations. One was in the storage capability, and then there's a couple others I'll go through in this video. So this is a taller setup. I found out that Front Runner had some taller leg mounts, and I thought I would go for it. So here we go. Okay, here you can see the comparison between the original load bar leg mount and the taller one that I upgraded to. There's about 4 inches of height difference. Here you can see in this visual as I was converting them over, the difference between the two. And the difference in height really is the original was about 5 to 6.25 inches of height clearance, and the new setup is 9.5 to 10.25. As you can see in this picture, this is a standard water container that wouldn't quite fit with the original setup, that fits with room to spare in this setup. Now the reason why I stated a range in height depends on if you're looking at the clearance of the load bar itself or the bracketry and other obstacles in the way underneath the setup that would cause the clearance to be a little bit less. So that's why I'm stating a range. Okay, let's look at these setups side by side. On the left, you can see the configuration. That's the taller that I went to, and the one on the right is the original. Like every project, there's things you learn as you go through it that you didn't realize, some good, some bad. And what I did find was, even though I liked the low profile look of the original, it was limited on what I could store underneath. And there was a few things I really would rather put under there opposed to be in the bed of the truck, and it just wouldn't fit. So that was my main drive to doing this, but then there was other benefits that came from it as well. So one thing I was very pleased with was the alignment of the hard shell in the cab of the truck. I was hoping there wouldn't be any additional wind noise for this setup, and it actually lines up perfectly, therefore keeping the aerodynamics intact. The one area that I am a little concerned with is the Maxtrax Mount. The original setup I had, the lower setup, allowed the Maxtrax to actually be supported on the bottom edge by the Diamondback cover. The new design is raised up higher, so the mount is totally independent of any other support. So all of the force is on the bracket itself. So hopefully it'll hold up. Time will tell. If not, I'll have to go with a little heavier duty bracket, but everything else looks fine. The other areas to consider in this change were the ladder for the rooftop tent, but it has plenty of length, so it can accommodate the extra height. And then I have an annex that I haven't done a video on yet, but I haven't set it up yet, but I believe it's going to be fine. I don't think 4 inches is going to make that big of a difference. They do make a longer version of the annex. That's about 1 foot longer, but I don't think I'll need to go to that. So I believe that's going to be fine. In addition to the storage capability, there's some other options that this brings into play, having the additional height. One is with the rotopacks that I have. I have a gas rotopacks mounted in the bed of the truck. I now could mount them underneath the load bars, whether it be a water version of the rotopacks or another gas. That is an option in this case. So, and there's other things I'm sure that's going to come to mind with this extra height. So a lot of possibilities here I'm very excited about. The thing that I wasn't aware of when I mounted the original setup was the visibility loss in the back window. And that was huge, but there wasn't a lot I could do about it. It was what it was, and I was working around it. But now with the additional height, the obstruction has been almost 100% removed. So the visibility is great. That's obviously good for safety. and convenient. So that was a huge bonus on this setup. So I'd highly recommend, I know on the full-size trucks, and I think even on a Tacoma, it would probably be the same way. I highly recommend this setup for that reason alone. So anyway, that's one of the bonuses. And that's about it for now. I'm just getting into this new setup. I'm sure there's going to be other things I'm going to come up with that I'm going to enjoy doing with this, but I'll keep this updated. Again, like and subscribe. We always appreciate it. And we have many more videos we're going to be coming out with soon on some gear reviews and other things. So until next time, enjoy and have a great time out there.